Brothers Gaming.
Hello folks and welcome back to a brand new episode of Brothers Gaming with Ethan after an extended abstinence? I don't know. Anyway, so I have been out for quite a while and I've decided to kick things back off here for Rimworld. I'll go into the details of why I was out in a minute. But let's get going, shall we? Let's jump right into this. Alright, so the first thing you have to do with this game is to create and generate your own world. So let's do that. Okay, so this is our world. As you can look here, the different colors signify different types of biomes. We have the desert, obviously, which are these. And then in the new update, we have extreme desert, which I just assume is like desert, but worse. And we also have the temperate forest. We have the arid shrubland, which is actually kind of the default setting. The tropical rainforest, tundra, and boreal forest, which is much like boreal forest. I'd say is kind of like upper New England, like Canada. You know, a lot of pine trees, stuff like that, but not so far north that there isn't any forest. So, let's save and finish. Start up a new colony. So in this, there you have the different types of storytellers. We have the Cassandra Classic, which steadily increases on a curve. Phoebe Chillax. They changed her name. I think she used to be Phoebe Base Builder. But she is... it's a little bit slower paced, which I'm not a fan. And then Randy Random, who just does whatever the hell he wants to do. I think I'm going to go with Cassandra Classic, just because I kind of want stability so I can talk to you guys. Let's see. Rough or challenge? Let's do rough, so I actually look good. Okay, so... I got an old world here, so let's delete that. Alright, let's start this up. Okay, here we're at our world that we just created. And so now we're going to pick a landing site. You know what? Let's see here. Wow, I can't. Oh. Gotta use WASD. Okay, let's see here. What kind of should we go for? You know, I'm always a fan of cooler climates, especially even in real life. So let's go with a boreal forest. It's cold, but it's not so cold that it's undoable. And let's do a mountainous region so we can burrow underground. Let's do a large. And, alright, so that's set. Okay, so let me go through... I'll be right back. Now we gotta pick the characters, and this can sometimes take a little bit too long. So let me check that out, and then we'll go through it when I get back. Okay, so I think I've picked a good starting group. So for your starting group, you want to make sure, basically, that everyone has... that is, you know, well-rounded. They're not incapable of much. Stuff like that. So the first guy I have here is a surgeon, Rowan. He's an apocalypse survivor. For some reason, I used to could highlight those and then give you a background, but it's not doing that. I'll have to work on that. He's also a glitter world surgeon, and a glitter world is basically, there's different types of worlds in this universe. A glitter world is basically a perfect society. They at least have very advanced technology. And probably an overall higher living of life. Now, I don't know if there's, like, poor people and they just ignore them, but they do have very advanced technology. So he is a surgeon, which means he gets a bonus in medicine. He also is apocalypse survivor, which probably gives him a bonus in melee. And he's also got a bonus in growing and animals, which I also assume comes from the apocalypse survivor. You know, gotta survive, gotta rebuild society. He's also beautiful, which I assume makes him more popular with other people. He's a green thumb, which means he enjoys planting crops, and he's a brawler, which means he can only use melee weapons or he gets very frustrated. Second one is Arayo, bodyguard. Childhood, he was a refugee, and when he grew up, he became a bodyguard. He is incapable of social interaction, much like myself. But he is very good at shooting and melee, unlike myself. He also has a passion for medicine, so there's some potential there. He is nervous, so he has a lower mental break threshold, so he can start panicking earlier. He's jealous, so he'll start getting angry if other people have nicer rooms than him. I remember all this, don't ask me how. And he's also ugly, which means he has a negative social interactions with other people, I would assume. Probably some more than others. Suppy is a settler. When he was young, he was a settler child. Shelter child, which I guess he was an orphan, and then he grew up to be a colony settler. So he's actually really qualified for this. He's abrasive, though, and he's neurotic, so that could get interesting. But he's really good with animals, really good with medicine, really good with research, really good with growing. And he's also decent at mining as well, which is probably the most important. So, let's get going. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is weird. All right. So, as you could probably guess, the game basically crashed on me there at the last time. So, we're starting up with different characters, but they basically still serve the same purpose. So, let's get going here. So, what I like to do here with these is basically I like starting in an alcove, so then I can slowly dig into the mountain and start up my own little cave base. So then I'm kind of sheltered, one way in, one way out, that sort of thing. And this actually looks pretty good because if enemies come at us, they'll have to go across the water, which will slow them down. The only thing I am concerned about is the lack of compacted steel, which there is some up here, so maybe it actually would be better to stay up here. Unfortunately, it would leave us exposed at our flanks, so I think this would be our best spot, and then just bring everything in for a long run. So, let's first... Why... Oh, interesting. Hang on, folks. My hood is gone, and I don't know why. Okay, so it turns out the take off hood button and the... I'm still learning. I played this game forever, but I didn't know about this. The take off hood button and the stop recording button are the same key. Isn't that fun? So, alright, so now let's get to work. Let's set up responsibilities. So, firefighting is very important, so we'll make that 1. So basically what this is, before I get into it, is you set responsibilities, 1 being most importance, and 4 being least importance, or nothing being nothing, essentially. Not their responsibility. So, let's set that 1, and if they are the same number, it goes from left to right. So let's do this. Okay, bed rest, number 1, of course. Unless you're the doctor, we'll put you number 2, because you got to fix people up when they're in bed. Flick is important for turning off lights. Warden is good when you have, what do you call them? Prisoners. Handling, we won't worry about. That's with animals. Cooking. I thought I had someone who's decent at cooking. Guess not. Alright, so we'll put you on cooking, so nobody gets poisoned. Instruct, repair, that's important. Put you on, well... Let's put you on that on 1 and then cook on 2. Mining, number 2. Plant cut is actually pretty important in the beginning. Smithing we won't worry about. Tailoring we won't worry about. Art, definitely not important at this stage. Hauling, so we'll put you on hauling since you're not doing anything else. We'll put you on cleaning on number 2 for now, and then research once we get going. Okay, so I think we're just about ready to get going here. Okay, so I will deconstruct those walls so there's room for us to put up our new walls. I'll deconstruct those for the material that is steel walls, so then we can build our base over here. So let's start that up. Actually, let's move it in a little bit more. Well, yeah, let's move it in like that. There we go. Okay, and then we will put a wooden door. Perfect. Okay, and another thing we also need to set is the stockpile zones, where all our goods will go to. So there's our stockpile zone, a dumping zone where all the trash will go to. That will go there. And the growing zone. Actually, let's delete this zone. Since it's dumping, we'll throw that a little further out and then put the growing zone right here. Alright, so you can grow some crops. Who doesn't enjoy a good crop, am I right? Okay, so let's get going. Alright, so they're going to start gathering supplies. Stone here is on gardening duty, so I'll let him do that. And he... Vladislav? Vlad? I'm just going to call him Vlad. Is going to deconstruct the buildings there. Oh, somebody's got sickness from cryosleep. It's common. It happens. And Stone there is going to cut down the trees. So as you can see, I've set their responsibilities here, and they're now acting them out. So let's build them a bed before night comes. See how much wood do we have? Yeah, let's build a wood bed. Oh, wrong button. There we go. That's how you rotate. We'll do 4 just to be safe. Alright. We're gonna run out of wood, but that's alright. That is okay. We will just cut down more here. There we go. There we go. Now we got enough beds for everyone for the night. That's good. Now they're starting to cut down the trees. Fantastic. Oh yeah, we got a little puppy dog too. What's his name? Little corgi, it looks like. Not corgi. Yorkshire. Gemina? Oh man, someone's yelling at me at home. It's easy to say. I have no idea. Can we rename him? Guess not. Alright. Well, we're just gonna call you Gem. Because my enunciation skills are lacking. Alright, so now it's night, so everyone's sleeping, including the rabbits and the squirrel. Yes, there are squirrels on this alien world. Okay, so I'm gonna start mining this out a little bit so we have a little bit of a building. I'm also gonna build some poles here for support. You don't want the roof collapsing. It has happened. It can happen. What are you? Oh yeah. So they also have a joy need, so they'll sit down and stare at the clouds. Which reminds me, I should probably build a horseshoes pin. You ever play that? I played it, growing up. I just remember kids getting bored, running in front of the adults playing it, and almost getting like a concussion from the horseshoe. Yeah. Because kids just have no concept of space and time. Alright. So it looks like Vlad is mining that, while Seer is gathering supplies. I think what I'm going to do now that we have the room is I'm going to put our food inside so animals are not tempted to eat it, other than our Yorkshire. So let's click all of those off. This is what I do. I have the food and the manufactured medicine. And I set that priority to preferred, so then all the food that's here, they bring inside. Alright, so... Alright, so we should start thinking about power, just so we can start cooking food. Well, we have a fuel stove. I forgot they added that. We still have a decent amount for, what do you call it? Pre-packaged meal, packaged survival meals. So, I think we'll be okay on that. There's no emergency. Build a table here, because they get upset when they have nowhere to eat. Which is understandable. I'll build some nice dining chairs. Whoa, wrong button. I keep hitting R for rotate. There we go. Now I'll build some chairs so people have places to eat. And they're playing horseshoes. Good for you. You're making the best of it. You don't have pants, but you're making the best of it. Alright, so I think we should continue to cut down foliage because we're humans and we love destroying the wildlife. Oh, excuse me. Goodbye, plants. Oh, wait. I don't want to shoot. Yeah, I do not want to cut my crops yet. There we go. So they're mining that out pretty good. That's good. You know, since we don't have a lot of space, I think a fuel generator might be the way to go. Now we're getting a visitor. Over here is where we get our events, I guess you could say. A mob henchman from Author's Burrow, which is a settlement, friendly settlement, is visiting the colony. His name is Joe Bad Luck Rogers. Seems like he has a few items willing to trade. Well, once Bad Luck comes here, we'll talk trade, I guess. Hey, Bad Luck, how do we trade? They've added so many things here. Before, you could just, like, hit a button. Oh, maybe it's like I need to put up a thing. Oh, well, we'll just let it go. Alright, so now we got electricity. Awesome. How much electricity is that? 1,000. That's 1,000 watts. So that's good. Alright, so we'll build some lamps in here so people are a little bit less, you know, depressed. It's always good. Put a power line. And we'll put a structure here. How much iron do we have? We have more iron. We have more wood than iron, so let's actually make this a wood wall. There we go. And we'll also make that a auto so they can get through it a little quick. It'll open on its own. So, I forgot to tell you guys why I was absent. I totally forgot. So, I was not on here for a long time. I wasn't sick or anything, but I was having some health issues as far as I was getting ear infections. I was having gastrointestinal issues. And so I had to make a lot of different changes in my life as far as diet goes and other things like that. But I think I've had enough rest time that I'm now ready to start doing these again. So, you know, on top of my other job, I think I was just stressing myself out way too much. My diet was actually very good. My doctor said I was actually eating too many fruits and vegetables because my acidity levels were way through the roof. Believe it or not. I've never had a doctor tell me you're eating too many fruits and vegetables. So I was like, okay, I'll start eating junk food. Nah, they were just like, eat more meat. I'm like, okay, I can do that. Family owns a pig farm, so it's my own fault if I don't eat enough meat. Okay, so all right, so she's starting to clean up all this rubble. Thank goodness, it's starting to look like crap. And we got the lamps up, so that's good. So yeah, so I'm expecting to. Oh, we got a mad animal. Mad hare! Everyone, get ready. Brace yourselves for the mad rabbit. Monty Python? No? Where's it at? Oh, there it comes. Alright, we got it. Crack shot that stone. So yeah, I'm expecting to do this for, you know, as I was before. Daily episode, at least during the week. Full series probably planned here with Rimworld, unless something weird happens. But yeah, so we'll just take it as we go. We'll just take it as we go. But everything should be fine. So as you can see, they're starting to clear this off. We'll soon want to put up sandbags. Probably want to clear this zone out a little bit better, like that, so they have room. There we go. And we'll haul these excess stones to those areas. So what I like to do generally is, well, I think we'll save that for next time. Right now, let's just build an electric stove. Let's flip that around. How do I want to do this? I think I actually am going to make this into a freezer, because you can do that. You can make freezers to preserve your food, and I'll make this into a living area. So, where are we at? Where's the butcher? There's the butcher. Can we get a wood butcher table? And then this we will uninstall, 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 uninstall. Okay. So they're going to move those, because this is going to be a freezer. I don't want them eating in the freezer. That get cold. Table there. Chairs there. Alright, so they're going to sleep for tonight. And I think I'm going to cut this episode off here. This has been Ethan on Bud Brothers Gaming playing Rimworld. Stay tuned, folks. We're gonna do a full series of this, I think. And by full series, I mean a week of it. Okay, see you tomorrow.